Hi, this is Francis Bayan, and this is a crash course on concussions. An estimated 1.5 million people receive a TBI or traumatic brain injury each year. The most common type are concussions. So what is a concussion? A concussion is a direct or indirect impact that causes the brain to move violently, hitting the skull. During a concussion, it disrupts the normal neural communication. With someone who doesn't have a concussion, communication happens like this. Action potential begins and activates calcium channels to open up. This causes calcium to diffuse into the neuron. The calcium causes the vesicles to fuse with the cell membrane. Through exocytes, neurotransmitters are released into the synapse and bind to the receptors on the postsynaptic neuron. This causes special sodium channels to open and action potential is initiated in the next neuron. Once the message has been passed on the postsynaptic neuron, the neurotransmitters are reabsorbed into the axon, diffuse away, or is destroyed by an enzyme. But with someone who has a concussion, it causes a three-step mini-seizure. Step 1. The axons that carry impulses from neuron to neuron stretch unnaturally, signaling signals. The neurons fire simultaneously, causing a mini-seizure. As they fire, potassium rushes out of them, and calcium rushes in, clogging the neurons with mitochondria. Step 2. To feel the absorption of new potassium, the neuron consumes glucose. Step 3. The calcium clogged in the mitochondria don't get enough oxygen. This causes neuron energy crisis. Blood flow drops, and then cells begin to die. The problem with concussions, if it's severe enough and untreated, it can cause into long-term diseases like second impact syndrome or CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Second impact syndrome. Second impact syndrome is caused when an athlete sustains a second brain injury before the first one has fully healed. So this one's very important because if the athlete sustains a severe enough one, then it can cause brainstem herniation and then death. CTE or chronic traumatic encephalopathy is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder. Symptoms of CTE usually don't appear until 8 to 10 years after the concussions have happened. With CTE, there are distinct characteristics such as hyperphosphorylated tau protein, axon degeneration, and frontal and temporal atrophy. Improves and awareness of concussions is stressed more. Athletic trainers, coaches, and medical professionals are able to identify and treat the wide variety of signs and symptoms accordingly to ensure that concussions are well taken care of.